Hello everybody, welcome back here to Tortorici.com. Today's blog, I got an email on YouTube on my last post, and it was in regards to what are the most beneficial whole food sources for muscle growth, recovery, muscle toning, etc. So for anyone out there that is working out, trying to get fit, trying to get toned, my point of view is this, is cutting out all the synthetic protein shakes, and more importantly, I believe that we do not need the enormous amounts of protein that we've been trained into thinking that we need. I mean, personally, for me, I think like anywhere from like 50 to 60 grams of protein in one day is more than enough. Now, granted, if you're a bodybuilder and you're doing strongman competitions and things like that, whole different beast. You know, you can multiply that number by like 5 if you're doing stuff like that, and that's what you're trying to attain. But when we're talking wellness, holistic prevention, longevity, getting to a goal and being able to maintain it and not yo-yoing, personally, I think relying on whole food sources like raw, pasture-fed chicken eggs, I think any type of a grass-fed beef is going to be really good, high in omega-3 fatty acids as well. Wild salmon is another one. From a vegan standpoint, any types of raw nuts and seeds are going to be really good. And what most people underestimate is the dark leafy green vegetable source. Dandelion, kale, spinach, broccoli, chard. Just have enormous amounts of amino acids. Again, if you look at the analogy when we look at gorillas on how they pretty much feed off of vegetation, you know, granted, they do get insects and things like that when they're picking the grass, but for the most part, they're eating a lot of green vegetation, so I think there's something to be learned in that sense too for us as human beings. And an important one too, I think that just gets missed out of this topic is plant fats. Coconuts, avocados, again, the raw nuts and seeds. I think it's great for your joints. Obviously, it's good for your arteries. They are alkaline-forming fats, which helps the muscles to repair and rejuvenate. So that's the thing. It's like you're going in the gym. All you're really doing in the gym is tearing into muscle tissue. It's what we put in that creates the rejuvenation process and the rebuilding process. So when you're working out, you're producing lactic acid, which creates the muscle fatigue. So why put more acid in right after a workout is my theory. So a lot of people run for the protein right away, the animal proteins, which, you know, again, I mean, they serve their purpose if you're trying to become this, you know, bodybuilder, strongman, etc. But when you're talking about lowering your risks of illnesses and cancers and things like that, if you've just produced a lot of acid within the muscles, why not put some alkalinity to then go into the blood to help rejuvenate and repair those muscles from the fatigue and flushing out the lactic acid is my theory. So after a workout for me, I'm going to take I take colostrum capsules every day, which, you know, is a milk source obviously, but very high in IGF growth factors and proteins and amino acids. I take L-glutamine, and I'll take that all down with a dark green leafy vegetable juice. And then after that, maybe an hour or two later, I'll have a big salad with some grilled chicken in it, a lot of avocados, olives, some olive oil, things like that. So again, I mean, when you're talking the animal standpoint, grass-fed beef, raw eggs, chicken, fish, again, all organic and wild, of course. From the plant kingdom, we're talking raw seeds, nuts, dark leafy green vegetables. And one other thing I left out are legumes, lentils, chickpeas, beans, kidney beans. All those are great sources of vegan proteins as well. A lot of great protein powders out on the market too. If you are playing with protein powders, the only ones that I use are plant-based only. And again, I take the colostrum capsules. You can find good sources of grass-fed whey protein powders as well. But that's pretty much it. When you look at all these bodybuilding shakes, again, they serve their purpose for that profession, but we're not talking bodybuilding here. We're talking wellness. Two different categories. So I hope this answers your question. Please pass this video along to your family and friends. You can go to my website, Tortorici.com. Feel free to email me. Peace and love, everyone.